1.
1 Extra.
Saturday night. 1 Extra. Radio 1.
Saturday nights on BBC 1 Extra and Radio 1. 12 hours of big tunes, big mixes and big DJs.
The hottest in hip-hop, R&B, dancehall, UKG, D&B and everything in between.
Tonight.
From 3, the 1 Extra mixtape with Shawnee B.
And from 5 a.m, Ras Kwame.
Saturday nights on BBC 1 Extra and Radio 1.
Now,
Fabio on Radio 1.
Yes. Many thanks to the mighty Mr. Jam. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1. This is how we do. Kicking off with one of my favourite tunes of the moment. Bright Lights, DJ Dye and Interface, the Rollers Mix. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
Hold on, time is wasting, so drawn to your bright light. No more hesitating, so drawn. What have you done to me, baby? You hypnotize me with your love. You got something I've been craving. Now I'm addicted to your drug. 'Cause I've been waiting for you, darling. Won't you stay with me tonight? I know we can never be together. I just keep on running back to your bright light. Hold on, time is wasting, so drawn to your bright light. No more hesitating, so drawn to your bright. My heart is burning with desire. Better you should know this ain't no game. If you keep on playing with the fire, girl, there ain't no turning back. You're never gonna be the same again. Hold on, girl, I need your love. I need your love so much. I hunger for your touch, your love. I need your love so much. I hunger for your touch, your love. I need your love so much. I hunger for your touch. Hold on, time is wasting, so drawn to your bright light. No more hesitating, so drawn to your bright light.
Yes. As I said before, many thanks to the mighty Mr. Jam. Wicked show, as per usual. It's drum and bass with the Fabio. Big up to all our listeners on BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra. And what have we got for you tonight? We have Sabre in the house. He's coming in with a mix, and he's coming in to wax lyrical about some great new stuff he's been doing. We've got the random selection, we've got the random box, and I told you it's got all girly in here, right? We've got a box wrapped in Christmas paper with pink bits inside, and sweeties, and your CDs that you have sent, because that's what's running now. We've got the random selection box, so send your CDs in, we throw them in the box, we get Sabre to come in, pick a track, and we move on from there. think that's quite cool. Don't know if Ryder's feeling it. I'm not really sure if Groove's feeling it, but I think it's alright. Kicked off with the sounds of DJ Die. Great tune. Track entitled Bright Lights. That's the Rollers mix. There's another bit more jumpy mix of that out on the streets. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that, Die. You know that's me. Die and Interface, Bright Lights. Right, a tune that is causing ruckus on the dance floor. Of course, you remember LTJ Bukem's amazing Atlantis. One of those rave tracks that still sound great today. Still play all the time. This is the return to Atlantis. A great, great remix. So much so, it's going to be on Good Looking. It's Marky and S.P.Y, who was in the studio a couple of weeks ago, and their re-rub of Atlantis. Check this out. It's Fabio, Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
much bass on one station. Fabio and Grooverider on Radio 1 and 1 Extra. You heard it here first. Exclusive business right here on the Drum and Bass Show.
Fabio tearing up the show. Let it go. Just let it go. A killer DJ, now you got to know. So let it go. Just let it go. I'm done talking, now it's time to show. So let it go. Just let it go. I've been trying to tell you I'm for real. All these questions asking what's the deal.
It's Fabio, Liquid Funk on Radio 1.
The sound of Blame. A little special there called Let It Go. Wicked stuff. Big up to Blame. He's doing some great things at the moment. I think the album is almost out. Got Tinchy Strider on there, the whole crew. He's gone in and respect to you, sir. Don't know if that's the next single, but big up to you, sir. Also, big up to everyone who went to Warning on Saturday night in Cambridge. Amazing night. 15 years they've been going. Actually, I've got to speak to my producers when we get off air, because I want to get him on the phones. The promoter, Pete, from Warning, got to try and get him on the phones, because at 15 years, I think it's incredible. For any night that you do, any genre, 15 years, every 2 months, he does Warning, and the last one, I think, was the best one yet. They had crazy figures up in there. I played 4 hours in room 2. Amazing stuff. But everyone was trying to say to me, you know, well, what we're going to do, we're going to have to put like a pot behind the DJ box if you need to go. I mean, how patronising. You know, what age do you think I am? I don't need anything like that. But anyway, you know, I was told, you know, I could have a pot if I needed one. I was given bananas, which I didn't quite know what to think about, but you know, it was kind of cool. And I didn't need a toilet, because the one thing when you're DJing is that, you know, even if I got a cold, I could be half dead, and as soon as I get on the decks, I'm all right. And I went on the decks for 4 hours, didn't even think about going to the toilet. The second I came off, that pot was kind of needed. But I had a great night. Grooverider was there, Goldie, Andy C, Hype. A crazy, crazy lineup. Big up to everyone who came down there. As I said, randomly, I've just thought of this. We're going to try and get Pete on the phones. I've got his number. Going to try and give him a quick call, holler at him, let him come on and talk about Warning for a couple of minutes. We've got Sabre coming up. We've got the random selection box. We've also got the rewind track with the mighty Grooverider. We've got your Facebook chats to read out. This show's going to be tight, man. Big tune. Love this tune. I haven't played this for a little while. Dave Owen, Yo Girl, sick tune. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1. My one extra people, I hope you're listening. Yes, yes, yes. The sound of Dave Owen, Yo Girl. What a tune. Right, talking about Yo Girl, Yo Girls, can I have some Facebook business? Can you sort that out for me, please? As I said, on the last show, I mentioned the fact that, you know, we don't interact. Fabio and Grooverider don't interact on our own wall. We're telling people we want 20,000 fans, which we've nearly got, but we're never on the wall. So, the other day I sat down and thought, hang on a minute, I've got something to do. I've got to go on the wall and show some love. And I realised I wasn't even a fan of Fabio and Grooverider. How embarrassing. So I became a fan and I still can't post anything. Now I'm told I need some kind of admin stuff done to get on my own wall. How bizarre is that? So the girls are going to sort it out and I will be able to post details like gig information and say hello, peeps. So we're going to get that sorted out. We've got some of your Facebook love coming up real soon. We've got the rewind track as well. That's getting quite fierce at the moment. And we've got some old school. I didn't tell you, we've got some old school tonight. Because what I want you to post on the wall is, what was the first rave you ever went to? Because it's amazing. Like, you know, my first rave that I ever DJ'd was 1987 at a warehouse in Bermondsey called Scat. Crazy, crazy party. But, you know, even my two producers have heard me play in the 90s. New York Sushi in Sheffield. I've got to big them guys up. That was an incredible rave. And also, Helter Skelter and Dreamscape. The legendary Murray, R.I.P. Incredible parties. So, post up your first rave. Whether it was last year, it don't mean no thing. You know, if you was raving from the 80s or if your first rave was last week, it doesn't matter. Can you post it up? Fabio and Grooverider. And if you want to get involved, you know the deal. Go into Facebook groups, find Fabio and Grooverider, become a fan straight away and get in there. Right. Talking about old school, let's go back with the Renegade Snares. I'm going to play 3 old school tracks tonight, if I don't forget. Because you know me, I just noticed I had my hat on back to front. I got a beanie, had it on back to front. No one told me. Like that time, I walked in here with toothpaste on my mouth and not one person told me. Went, looked in the mirror, thought, oh my God, I've got rabies. I thought I was frothing at the mouth. Anyway, Omni Trio, Renegade Snares, coming up soon, Sabre. We've got a random selection. He's going to pick a tune out the box. Bad boy tune. To all the Jungle Fever Massive, to all the Rose crew, this is yours.
But right now we're going in with a classic.
Sound of Omni Trio, the great, the mighty Omni Trio, and a track entitled Renegade. Snares. Omni Trio was one of those guys, you never ever saw him, ever. I don't think I ever met the guy. Never came out, nothing. He just sat down in his studio and just made the most amazing tunes. Great guy though. I spoke to him a couple of times on the phone. He might have been out a couple of times and he was a very mysterious man.
Fabio on Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
Right, we go deep. We go hard. 3 in a row now from the dark side. Check this out.
It's a big tune. Fabio.
Face them, face them, face them.
Right, that's the sound of Dub Phizix and a track entitled Hammerhead. Big up to the Dub Phizix, man. Loving his beats at the moment. Sending that one out to Damien. I know you're feeling them beats there, Damien, so big up to you, sir. Right, now, this is going to be difficult. I've got to try and remember what I played before that, because I played 3 in a row. I started off with Relentless by Total Science, S.P.Y, and DJ Lee. And then we had C-Krets. See, I got it. I still got it. Still got the skills. Right, some for your Facebook shouts. Big up going out to Katie Gemurain. She says, loving the radio show. Tom Middleton said, DC Breaks absolutely ripped up Groove Show last week. Arnas says, massive rewind track, some serious sounds there, guys. Daniel says, loving the sounds of Radio 1 drum and bass show with Fabio and Grooverider. Tim Gannon is locked in from the States. Ryan Smith says, big love from Miami. And Robert Baker says, fat tunes, loving it. Shout out to the Rob Baker on the Isle of Wight. Big up to you. Oh, Oh, that was a bit premature. Right, anyway, we've got Sabre coming up real soon. He's going to come in for a chat and a mix, and then he's going to dip into my box. No jokes. I should rephrase that. He's going to dip into the random selection box, which has actually got sweets in there as well. And Easter passed. Big up to everyone. I hope you enjoyed your Easter. I didn't get one egg. I told everyone I have not had an Easter egg since the 80s. That's just disgraceful. Posted it up on Facebook. So no one sent me an egg. I'm just absolutely disgusted. Not even a cream egg, you know. Nothing. My girl, my family, my peoples, nobody. Nothing. Absolute rubbish. A lot of great tunes coming from stateside right now. We've got Will Miles, we've got Dave Owen, we've got Atlantic Connection, we've got this guy Flaco. Making some wonderful tunes. Flaco and Alton Miller played this one on my last show. Loving this, feeling this. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
So confused. I just don't know what to do, baby. confused. I just don't know what to do, baby. I know you think I'm wrong. So confused.
powerful selection with Fabio on a Saturday night. Website for the track list is bbc.co.uk/Radio1.
I can give you the tools to defeat.
Yes. The sound of dramatic and DB audio. Thing entitled Subtle Shaking. Like the little wobble on that. We have got Sabre in the house. We're going to be talking to him in a minute. We're going to play one more tune from the old school, in case I don't forget. Because normally when I say things like that and I forget, I really get hammered for it. Yeah, man, you were meant to play some old school, and yeah, you know, all that kind of business. So I'm not going to forget. The next track's going to be old school, and we've got one more before the end of the show. Might Love and Leave You on an old school tune.
Saturday night
on BBC One Extra and Radio 1.
Right, we're going to be talking to Sabre after this. What a tune. The amazing Foul Play. He made some amazing tunes. I loved Foul Play. You know, there was a Moving Shadow, second Moving Shadow track I played. Big up to Rob Playford and all the gang involved in one of the best drum and bass labels of all time. Definitely in the top 5. And Foul Play, they made some great tracks, very soulful. And a lot of really nice movement in their tunes, man. This is my favourite Foul Play track. A track so emotional, so big. Track entitled Being With You. We still have the random selection coming up. Sabre's going to help out with that. And also, we've got the rewind track, which is getting real nasty at the moment. Real grimy. We're going to get up in the grime a little bit later. It's Fabio, Radio 1 and 1 Extra. Big up to my boy Bailey. What a tune, man. What a tune. I played that. Do you know what? I hadn't heard that tune for ages, and I'd done Moon Dance a couple of years ago, and I put that tune on, and I'm not joking, this is no word of a lie, I nearly started crying on the decks. I nearly was in tears, because I hadn't heard it, and I had it on an MP3, and it just took me back to certain moments in my life. You know, old school tunes do that to you. It just takes you back to certain moments, key emotional moments, man, and I was like almost in tears. blubbering my eyes out around the decks. Can you imagine? I held it in because I'm a man and that's what we do. Having a nervous breakdown on the decks ain't no one, really. But anyway, I digress. We have in the studio a man who goes deep. He rolls deep. He's got an album coming out called A Wandering Journal. Not just Sabre or Sabre 2 and Sabre 3 or something like Sabre Tooth, which would be rubbish, wouldn't it? A Wandering Journal. That's deep, man. I like that. It's got that kind of deep feel. And we got him here. We've got the man called Sabre. What's up, man?
You know, too much, man. You well? How things?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. I haven't seen you for a little while, man.
That's because I've been a little recluse, kind of keeping myself to myself and making sure that things with the album came correct and came out, and that's the phase we're in at the moment. So now I can be a bit more transparent and a bit more out there. But, you know, I wanted to make sure that things were going to go right, and that involved me putting a lot of work in behind the scenes, you know. So
is this your first album?
It is my first album. It's my debut, and I make a real big distinction between doing this and any other album. You only get one debut, right?
The debut is the big moment, exactly. Because it is all your thought processes up to that moment, and that's what matters with the first album. That's why when people get just 12s and lump them together, I don't understand that, because this is your statement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That way you talk about how this is all my thoughts up until now culminated. That perfectly describes what this album's about, and what my incentive was to actually make it in the first place. And so, yeah, I guess that's why I have been so busy, just because I've been such a control freak about the whole thing and wanting to make sure that I was in charge of the graphic design and I was in charge of the track list. I was lucky. I had an A&R situation with Kazra and Critical where I could do what I liked. He was never going to say no. And he told me that straight off. So I just went in and just, you know, try to make it as pensive and thought-provoking as I could do.
And has it come out that way?
I think so. I mean, I don't want to jeopardize the whole thing by putting my own slant on it, but I think it's for people to gauge whether it's a coherent listening experience. But by all accounts, the people whose opinions I respect have come back and gone, yeah, you know, you smacked it.
They've given you love on it, man.
Yeah, they've given us love on it. They know what I was trying to achieve, and apparently they've understood it for what it is, and that's all I really wanted.
And the album's called A Wandering Journal, which you know, that's a statement, isn't it? It's like, you know, this is a journey, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tell us a little bit more about it, because you've got a real kind of like, it's a kind of film experience, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, you could say cinematic. It's got a concept behind it, in as much as there was a series of photographs taken that I went and then sonically annotated by making music that reflected the photographs. So I went out, took all these pics, developed a kind of loose narrative over the space of an hour of a kind of story of like a modern day traveler who gets kind of jettisoned in a kind of dangerous situation, and told all of the emotions of the the chapters of the story through music and I like theatrical interludes. And so at the end of all of it, you can sit there and hopefully have a whole kind of vision in your head of where you've been taken for the last hour.
So this album, how long has it been in the making?
A while. I mean, the first track started getting made about 2008, like November 2008, and the interludes and stuff took a hell of a long time to make. They took probably, you know, 2 or 3 months just to make. There's 7 or 8 minutes worth of interludes that's on there, but because there was so much real life world recording that took place, I think, you know, in total we're talking just over a year from start to finish. And then I took on the graphic design myself, I took on the photography myself.
Wow, that's deep.
I just became a control freak about the whole thing, and, you know, if I needed to sit down and learn how to do something, I just went away and learned how to do it. You know, I wasn't going to second the job to some second person who doesn't quite understand my vision. You know, I wanted to take it on for myself.
No, you know, that's a Maverick's way of doing things, isn't it? No, but it is. You know, it's like
it's a learning curve.
It's like Coppola when he made Apocalypse Now. He just went in. You know, half the cast nearly died making that film because he wanted a certain vision and he just weren't having it. You know, it was either ride or die, man.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the way you got to look at projects, man. And,
of course,
it means a lot to you, and you got to go in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I could have been this like ringmaster character cracking the whip. That's not really my personality. I felt when things weren't coming right, I'm just going to take it into my own control and handle things myself, rather than get rude with people and be like, you ain't got it right. If they ain't got it right, it's because I didn't explain myself properly, so I just didn't even bother. I just took it over myself.
Yeah, that's deep. Yeah. Anyway, man, we're going to play a track. We're going to play a track. I'm going to play a track from my boy Lenzman. We're going to come back on the other side of this, talk a little bit more. You're going to go in the mix a little bit later as well, and also you're going to stick around for a random selection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is, that has become a real big thing now. These guys are making music and they really want honest critiques. And I know you're going to be honest.
Oh, trust me, I'm pulling no punches.
Don't pull no punches, man.
No hurting.
Don't be Louis Walsh.
Yeah, man, hurting feelings coming up. Don't worry about that.
Don't be Cheryl Cole. Do you know what I mean? Or Donnie Minogue.
None of those people.
Be Simon Cowell
None
tonight.
of those people.
All right. Anyway, back after this with the mighty Sabre. We've also got the rewind track coming up a little bit later. Me and Grooverider go head to head. We've got Sabre in the mix real soon. We've got some big tunes coming up. Keep it Fabio, keep it Radio 1, keep it 1 Extra. Lenzman. Deep bassline business. So Sabre, are you there?
Yeah, man. Here, right here.
So how did you get into the whole thing, man? How did you get into... What was the first party you went to? What was your first rave, actually?
My first rave was One Nation Ilford Island.
No way, man.
Probably, yeah. I think the first time I was gonna ageless events. Like I went to a lot of those Essential Festival things with Legends of the Dark Black.
Wow, incredible nights.
I went to a lot of those sort of between 95, 96, 97. I pretty much went to all of them.
Incredible.
Because it got to a point where they were doing them in Finsbury Park.
That's right.
And
They done one in Finsbury Park. And remember, and it was really weird because
you know what I'm talking about. It's the one where they had World Dance and Heads on either side. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Me, Ryder, we played on the Head stage.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was a lovely day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember it was a lovely day. I remember walking back, and the tune from that one was Miles from Home. Everyone just had Miles from Home.
That's right.
And I was sat there on this train, and there must have been 20 people all in unison singing this tune in harmony. I mean, this is not the days where you can go back and memorize a track by listening to it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
These guys had heard it literally half an hour before, and the rhythms were so stuck in their head. Everyone was singing it. I was like, yeah, it's that tune. And I think that was kind of a pivotal moment. Everything's kind of stuck in my mind after that. I was like, yeah, I want a piece of this pie, you know?
Wicked. And how did you start? How did you get into engineering and producing and stuff? Because you're a very tight engineer, man. Your sounds, you can tell you work a long time on your tunes, man.
I mean, Gaze, I'm a nerd. I think it's what it comes down to, really. You know, I just like technology, full stop, and I've always been into it. And I think when I first got into drum and bass, it was on the premise that I really liked all the sounds and the kind of the undescribable instrumentation that got used in drum and bass. I was like, what is that sound? How do people make that? And fascination about that. And that's unsurprising because previous to drum and bass, it was kind of like nosebleed techno and stuff that I was listening to. My cousin's music, you know, what the people around me were listening to. And that's the same thing. It's really interesting sounds. So yeah, I guess just wanting to be technical with the whole thing has defined my relationship with drum and bass throughout, whether as a punter or as a DJ or a producer. That's me, really.
Yeah, because drum and bass is full of geeks. You know, we're very techno. You know, everything's you got to understand technology. See, now I'm so rubbish with technology. That's why I don't make music. But I am still, compared to the man on the street, much more up on, you know, having the right equipment and having everything in place. Well, you know, your normal man on the street don't really business. He's got his computer, he's got his TV, and that's it.
Yeah.
But we roll deep.
We roll deep, and the thing is as well is that, you know, we're a scene where there's kind of a different ratio of punters to people who want to get involved. I think anyone who's a punter knows at least a couple of MCs, at least a couple of wannabe producers, at least a couple of wannabe DJs, maybe a wannabe promoter. Like we understand, the punters understand this scene really, really well.
That is very true.
It's a gateway. It's easy. It's easy to cross through it just because the avenues are so existent.
So, you know, what other music do you listen to? Because, you know, I can hear a lot of influences in your stuff. You know, it's not, you know, just straight up drum and bass influences. I can tell you've come from other stuff. So what other stuff are you feeling right now? What are you listening to at the moment?
What I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to a lot of like a weird American label called Cranky, who put out sort of like weird guitar rock and ambient stuff. Max Richter, I'm a massive fan of Max Richter at the moment. Like, I don't know, classical is something I've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with, but lately I've completely fallen in love with classical music, and Max Richter's the one. His music blows my mind.
Wicked, man.
Susumu Yokota, Japanese guy who makes like weird ambient electronica. I'm listening to music that's just sort of
out there.
Yeah, it's out there. It just takes you in a different direction.
Because I've never heard of any of these people before. You need to hook me up.
Oh man, I'll hook you up
right?
seriously. Gas, Wolfgang Voigt, the compact record people, the kind of like German minimal tech vibe. I mean, I'm a hip-hop kid through and through, but that's where I came from. Where I'm going to is that whole kind of cinematic listening environment, textural, ambient stuff.
Well, you know, there's, you know, that's the great thing about music nowadays is because, you know, you got your overground stuff, you got your stuff on the surface that everyone loves, you know, your Tinchi and all that business. It was great. But underneath, if you really do sift, you can find the most amazing music that probably sells 10, 20 copies, but it's out there. And, you know, the great thing about music and what I loved about drum and bass and house and stuff like that is that you can always find stuff. You know, you land on the surface and you go deeper and you can always find amazing music that just does not get played anywhere. That, you know, it's not, I think we're so wrapped up in dance music nowadays, and it's got to make people dance, that head music kind of gets lost slightly. And, and, you know, it is, you know, head music, oh, you can't dance to it, so I'm not interested.
I think it just got to a point where electronic music and dance music were interchangeable terms, but they never needed to be like that. It didn't used to be like that.
Sure,
you know?
it never used to be
you
like
try
that
and
at
listen
all.
to like an old Orb album or like a CJ Bolland album or something like that. That was electronic music, but
Yeah,
it didn't
for real.
have to be dance music. I think
Or especially, I mean, ambient. That's where ambient
Ambient,
was
yeah.
not. I remember, right? I went to a place. I went to Spectrum, which was this massive rave, which Paul Oakenfold used to play. And then we went in. We kind of accidentally opened the door into another dimension, which was a night called Future, and which was ambient. So everyone was just sitting around on beanbags and listening to just bird sounds and stuff. We was like, you know, we was from South London. It was like, what the hell is going on? But we kind of really got into it, and we'd go into this room and check these mad like ambient sounds out, and everyone just being kind of like sitting around being hippies, and it was quite cool.
It is quite cool. I think we've got a bit of a dilemma in drum and bass because as DJs, we want to lash it out as much as possible. Our measure of success isn't
Absolutely.
if people stay on the dance floor.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
if people stay on the dance floor and they lose it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the thing is that most music, go to it live. It's true of most bands, probably a lot of types of dance music. People are just kind of standing around enjoying the experience. They aren't going crazy like
Yeah.
drum and bass. You know,
Yeah,
we're pretty
for real,
lucky.
for real.
The way people,
For real.
the way people lose it in our scene is like something else. And you know what? If you're used to that, it's quite hard to step back from
Yeah,
that and
no,
just settle
absolutely.
for people, you know, just enjoying the music on a musical level. Because you can't. I'm not telepath. You know what I mean? I don't know if these people are truly feeling it or they're just you know
They're just going with the flow.
or they're entertaining.
Could you put on the Birdie song next, and you'd have the same reaction? Maybe.
I'll test that theory. Invite me back. I'll let you know the answer.
I know your career might end at that moment.
or it might just soar off on some next angle. Who knows?
Who knows, man? But anyway, listen, man. We got to get you ready for your mix. You're going to come back for the random selection, and then you can give all your peeps a holler and stuff like that. Tell us about your MySpace, Facebook, whatever. And also on the show, we have got the rewind track. We've got a few more tunes, and then we're out, people. Keep it Radio 1. Keep it 1 Extra. Coming up next in the mix, the Mighty Sabre.
Saturday night
on BBC One Extra and Radio 1. Saturday nights on BBC One Extra and Radio 1.
to Sabre for that mix. Wicked stuff. Woo. God, that's poor. That attempt at enthusiasm, that was shocking. But anyway, many thanks to Sabre. That was a wicked mix. And he's going to stick around now for, I was going to say random movement, the random selection. And we've got my girl here to give us some details on R&D.
Right, okay, so Sabre picked out R&D's track. R&D is from West Bromwich. His track is called Premonition, and he says it's his attempt at drum step.
Okay.
Do you want to hear a little bit about Aaron?
Yeah, go on.
He's been making beats for about 5 years, and it's just been his hobby whilst he's been studying. He likes all types of music as long as the richness and the quality is there, which is what he aspires to create within his music. So he just says, hope you enjoy it. Love R&D.
Okay, and Sabre, I don't know if you've ever listened to this, you've got to critique it, right? We're going to let it play for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back in and, constructive criticism is the order of the day here.
I'm
right?
ready, man. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
It's time for the random selector with some random selection.
Right. Sabre, tell us your honest opinion on that, man.
Okay. The guy's name again, R&D, was it?
Yeah, R&D, the track's called Premonition.
All right, so speaking straight to Aaron, dude, your track's all right, man. I think it's a little bit conflicted. Like, it starts off all playful and like, when it actually drops, it's quite mean, and, you know, that kind of dissonance can work, but it don't really flow right, you know? There's something about it that don't quite gel. But this idea of drum step, or the kind of halftime beats, that you pulled it off with the beats. The percussion is great, and the kind of flow of it is wicked. But we can hear in the background right now these kind of like little lead riffs and stuff. They don't work. They don't work. You know, it's a great theme in itself, but
what can he do to change that? Is it the actual sounds he has to change?
Yeah,
or?
I think what it comes down to is you've got to look for a kind of a deeper palette of instruments elsewhere. Start looking for things in the places that other people aren't looking for them. I'd say you're a good one, right? And this is a tip for any producer out there. Find your local hire shop and hire a synth for 2 days and rip all the sounds off of it. Don't go out there spending a couple of grand and doing one of these things. Just go out there and hire it for a little period of time and fill up your sample library with it, because trust me, everyone is out there downloading the same samples. Get yourself something original. It's going to be a cheap way of doing it. That's a little tip for you.
No, that's great. That is the kind of constructive criticism we like. Because I thought the track was all right. I just thought all the sounds didn't sound right. I thought it sounded a little bit, what's the word? Slightly, he didn't think about the richness enough. Yeah, it was a bit disjointed. But when it came in, the nastiness was quite cool.
That's when my thoughts on it flipped. After then, I was like, I don't know where this is going.
Because you don't know where this is going. It just needs a bit more direction.
Yeah.
But there is definitely something there, and I think maybe the engineering needs a bit of work, and the actual overall sound needs a bit cleaning up. So, how much out of 10 do you give that, Sabre?
10 out of 10 for effort. I'd say for musicality, you're going to be like, 5, 6 out of 10.
That's not bad.
But I tell you what, for the drop, this man can have 7, 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Because the drop is strong, and I think that's the part about it that's got the most identity. So,
Sabre, that is
drum and bass.
That is bigging up. Indeed, he must. I tell you what, Aaron, you should be pleased because this guy's deep. Sabre rolls deep, and he knows what he's talking about. So, 10 out of 10 for effort, musicality 4 or 5, and the overall thing you got. How much did you give him? 6.
Yeah,
6.
My maths
think
ain't
6.
great, but 6.
I think 6 because I think he's definitely got something there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, Sabre, listen, we're gonna wrap everything up now. Is there anyone you want to big up quickly before you go?
Just the people who've helped make the album a reality. There's been 5 or 6 collaborators. You people know who you are. Thank you for your time, and Kazra for supporting the project because I'm not sure any other combination of label and artists would have come out like this one did. So I'm pleased, man. I'm real pleased.
Big up to Kazra, man. He's a guy who's really, trying to put out their stuff out there. And,
absolutely.
And respect to him for doing that. What about MySpace, Twitter, Facebook? Anything that we can kind of
Right, the main spot for me at the moment is Sabre's Poison Pen, which is my blog.
And you're a Twitter man?
Every now and then.
Every now and again.
If something significant, I let people know about it, but I'm not letting people know about...
You just your everyday thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've just been to the shop and the price of bread nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. If I put too much wasabi on my sushi, I ain't letting people know about it instantly.
I like it. I like the way you roll. Anyway, Sabre, the album's called A Wandering Journal. It's been out a couple of weeks now. Go and check it out in your shops. It's on Critical Records. It's big. It's head music. It's the bomb right now. Many thanks to Sabre.
It's been a pleasure, bub.
Absolutely, man. And you take care. I'll see you around soon.
It's the weekend. It's drum and bass time. The weekend. The weekend.
Many, many thanks to Sabre. Wicked stuff, wicked stuff. Right, we haven't got long left, actually. But we've got the rewind track coming up after the next track. Me and Grooverider go head to head for the battle. It's going to be big. And big up to Aaron D. Remember, send your stuff into us and we'll get it in the random selection box. That's all good. That's the sound of Jedwood Oberon. Yeah, Jedwood Oberon, and that's called Welcome to Paradise, that track. Right, the man of the moment, the man who's done a wicked mix on Animax's show last week. He's doing some great things, great album, Breakage.
They say you're losing your temper. They call you crazy and mental.
Actually, this track's called Temper.
Losing your temper. You're so damn crazy and mental.
Right, after this, we go straight into the rewind track. We haven't got long left. It's Fabio, Radio 1 and 1 Extra.
You're so damn crazy and mental.
Sound of Breakage and Chemo, Temper. Right, Grooverider's not waiting around no more because you know what he's like. You know what I mean? And he's kicked down the door and this is what he's got to say. Hello, Groove.
Record means rewind, a gunshot means forward. You requested it, so we rewind.
Alright, Fab. Good to join you once again this week on the Rewind track. Here's my joint for this week. It comes from Modified Motion. I've been opening up my sets with this track pretty much every set I've been doing over the last month. Track's called Now More Than Ever. Check this out, man. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Grooverider's rewind track for this week. Remember, catch the Grooverider next week. We alternate weeks if you've never listened before. Grooverider is on next week by Modified Motion. That track is... Right, I've got something, some dubwise for you, sir. Come with some dubwise, a little thing entitled Tavistock Dub. Coming from the roots and culture angle tonight. We haven't got long left, so we've still got this old school track to play before the end of the show. So remember, whoever you thought won the rewind track, hit us up on our wall. And the girls add it up, and they'll tell you who won next week. That's the way we roll. Yes, Tavistock Dub. That is my rewind track for the night. Groove came with Modified Motion. I come with a bit of Zero T. The winner, you decide. Yes, we haven't got a lot of time. I've got to play this track. This was my rewind track last week, or the week before. A little thing called Rodigan. Absolute murders this track. Big up to my boy, Mr. Joseph, who's got the name like a school teacher. Like, it's really funny having to speak to him. Can I speak to Mr. Joseph, please? Nah, it's not the one, mate. I keep telling you, change the name, bruv. We're going to end off with an old school track. Big up to Sabre.
Something you can't play. I'm going to play the best DJ that ever worked on Kilimanjaro.
Big up to my crew, the Swerve Massive. Big up to the Peterborough Massive. Big up to Ben, Ty, everyone who runs Dissident down there. Big night. Big things going over there. Also big up MC Det. Big up Skibber. Big up Shabba. Big up the Unks crew. Big up X-Man, Herbsy, all the man there. Ragga Twins, 5-0 Moose. Time to get all roots.
And 1985, Walter Fletcher Beach, me and Marky. I'll play something now and no sound can play. Play this.
If you draw the gun, strong on ya, oh, gonna play forever. Lord no, strong on ya. Hey, you just ring the alarm.
Prince Foster.
Ticka ticka tack, draw the gun, play non-stop. Oh, ticka ticka tack, draw the play non-stop. Whoa, straight from London to New York City.
Yes, track entitled Renegade. Big up to one of the great DJs of all time, Dave Renegade. Have you ever seen this balding white guy who can go to Kingston, like the darkest parts of Kingston, by himself, and he just destroys other sounds? It's incredible. And he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Big up to the mighty, mighty David Renegade. Right, we are running out of time. Just gotta say, Shawnee B's up next with the one extra mixtape, followed by Rasquami. We've got the charts coming up later. Always check out the charts. Let's see what's number one. What was number one last week, girls? See, you lot are so rubbish. I can't believe you don't know. I'll tell you what's number one. Scatting for Girls. That's how deep I am, you know. You may well laugh. See, I keep you on your toes, you two. Scatting for Girls are number one. We're going to see if that's going to be number one this week. Also, if you want to check out pictures on our fan page from DC Breaks in with Grooverider last week, photos from this week with Sabre and I hanging out in the studio. They will be up very, very soon. Also, if you who won this week's battle, can you write on the wall? Gonna love and leave you with a tune. Probably one of the great intros in dance music, man. Put this tune on anywhere. You can put this on at a Jewish wedding and everyone go mad. This is the sound of Ray Keith. You know the name of this track. I don't even need to name this track. Coming up next week will be the mighty Grooverider. Keep It Radio 1 up next. Is Shawnee B up next? Yeah? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Shawnee B's up next. See you later.